Is it working? Is it somehow still streaming to Twitch? No. Oh, there it goes. It just took it forever. Hello, Ryan. This is Animal Crossing at like 1 p.m. I ended up napping a lot instead of actually sleeping. So I figured, screw it. Before I go to sleep, well, go back to sleep. I'm gonna do my stream. As the title suggests, I'm gonna be taking care of flowers. YouTube is sitting here like, hey, there's a new dashboard. I don't care, YouTube. As long as I'm still able to use this one, I'm going to keep using this one. Did I say that, or... My brain isn't working quite right. I had just got back from the store as well. I still feel like a bit of a wet rat. Because that showered first. I was gonna shower when I got back, but I just decided, I didn't touch anything with anything other than my hands, and I had gloves on, so... I could swear I said before I sleep I'm gonna do my stream, but I probably just thought that. Let's face it, this is me. Okay, I need to move these. Let's just put them both here. I mean, this is... This is the tired me that you guys don't usually get to see. I'm not quite loopy yet, but I'll get there. It doesn't help my right arm feels like it doesn't exist right now. At Sobeys, which is a local supermarket. I say local, it's a Canadian supermarket as far as I know. It's not outside of Canada. As far as I know, it's not even outside of Atlantic Canada. They had flat packs of Pepsi for $6.99, which is incredibly cheap for soda. So I bought one. I don't know if you guys can see my book bag back there or not. I can't lift it with my right arm right now. Because I'm stubborn and I refuse to use a cart, I literally carried it through the store. Under my right arm. Setting everything else I picked up just on the side of it. Or carrying it in my other hand. I mean, my logic was pretty sound. If I couldn't carry it, there was no way I could carry it home. So... It doesn't work like that. My arms don't reach California, I'm sorry. If they did, that would be weird. If they did, I'd be a Little Nightmares character. Did I already water this side? Yes, I did, okay. I haven't even had soda for quite a while. At least any amount of it. So I just need to be very careful to not go through the entire flat pack in, like, 3 days. I mean, given my position in Canada, yeah, it is basically, like, reaching across 2 countries. That's little too far. If it was only 1 country, then maybe. But... you know, 2 is just too far. Wrong way. Hey, a lot of my fruit is back. Oh! Hi, CJ. Well, I'm gonna be using my fish bait. That's for certain. Whoops. I also need to check my turnip prices. I need to beat 103. I'll take anything above 103 this week, but... I'm too lazy to figure out how green screens work, so I'm not even gonna bother investing in that. At least not until I can get some better lights. I mean, literally all the lighting I have is my table lamp, which lights the room, not well, and frickin' this little thing, which doesn't work very well. It gets the job done. It is very convenient, though, because it just plugs into a USB, which I have plugged into the side of my... I have a USB hub plugged into the side of my TV that is duct taped to my table, which it's plugged into. Hello, AI! Welcome to Steph is tired and taking care of flowers and doing other various Animal Crossing things while CJ is here wandering around. Like, I have the money right now. I could order a light, and I'm thinking about it. It's too long for a title. Plus, I'm tending flowers is the main thing. So, I mean... Because some streams I don't. Beautiful. Plus, based off it being Steph, there'd probably be a lot of thirsty guys show up expecting me to be female. Hello, Rand. Like, that's something I legit kind of noticed back when, back in, like, 2016. I streamed with, Robotic a lot. And, I also streamed with, a person named Jess. Whenever I did streams with them, there would always be more viewers. But I put their names in the title, so... It's Godzilla. He breathes fire. Once I expand the back room, he's gonna live in the moth room. That I kind of want it. That is a lot of bells, so yeah, I'll pass. I'll buy the shoes, though. Bam. If only they were black. Hello, Sable. Oh, hello, Steven. You seem pretty chipper. I'm tired, but, you know, I was making the effort to stop by, and I can't so much as offer you a cup of tea. I'm sorry. Anyway, just one more pair of claws around here to help out. Might be able to chat more. Oh, not this again. Come on, Sable. You gotta stop torturing yourself like this. Our sister Label went out into the world to pursue her dream of being a big-time designer. And we promised her we'd work like hedgehogs to take care of the shop while she's gone, remember, sis? How could I forget when I've got you? But you're right, Mabes. I'll get my head out of the clouds. It said Steven, I can't offer sparkling conversation, but I hope you'll keep stopping by anyway. And if these shoes were black, they're basically the shoes I wear all the time. That I have 3 pairs of. I only bought one of those pairs of shoes. The other 2 were given to me. Though I suppose one of the pairs, it's a Velcro version. The other 2 are laced. All 3 black. One of those pairs of shoes is literally a pair of shoes I bought in grade 9. They barely fit anymore. They are incredibly tattered, but they still fit, so, you know, keep wearing them. Wait, I have more Nook Miles stuff? What? Ah. Bam! 20 days! I still don't know where the blue came from. I'm not gonna argue with it. I like blue. But where did the blue come from? Though I do need to note, the Sobeys I went to, which, as I've already mentioned, is a supermarket. For anyone who wasn't here when I mentioned it, it's what it is. I went out shopping. They had little arrows on the floor to help, you know, people get around, as, you know, follow these paths kind of things. But I noticed a problem with their arrows. They all point towards the caches. So there was literally an aisle that if you follow the arrows, you would never be able to enter. I already watered this. Oh. That doesn't make any sense! But okay. Usually hybrid flowers make some sense. You know, white and red making pink. That kind of thing. Now, what are my current turnip prices? My price earlier was 77. I should really get back into the habit of sharing my price on the Discord. Turnip price. 72. They're getting lower. I might lose money 2 weeks in a row if someone doesn't have a good price. I'm not confident in my own prices. Right, I need to plant flower seeds. I need to buy some flower seeds. Don't know where I'm gonna plant them. I think I have a few clumps of 2. It's the Pride Brella. Yeah, give me more white roses. I like white roses. I mean, let's face it, the animals make more sense. They have evolution paths. They show you how these animals exist. It's in the museum. Also, geez, being outside for a decent amount of time after really not being outside for nearly like 2 years, my eyes hurt the moment I went out the door. Your pockets aren't endless. Just very, very deep. I get this to get water. I mean, you know, it's limited to this. I mean, if you ignore the tools and the wood and the rocks, you know, I could probably carry all the rest of that in my trench coat pretty easy. You know, a couple fossils, assuming these aren't massive fossils. I mean, I don't know what they are, so clearly they're tiny until I see what they are. But I could carry a pair of shoes and some flower seeds. I could carry that in my trench coat. 1 shoe per pocket, you know. Well, in the case of the flower seeds, they're not actually leaves. Same with the shoes. I mean, they're outright shoes. They just turn yellow for some reason. Because Nintendo logic. I'm gonna catch this because I don't know what this is. Watch Anissa have an amazing turnip price again. She usually seems to. And yet she never buys turnips. That's probably why they're so high. And there's a vlogger I watch who, like, 2 weeks in a row now, within his friend group, there's been somebody that has prices over 300 bells a turnip. Like, jeez. It's a lot of bells. You know what? I'm just gonna expand this. Just make this as weird as I can make it. Thank you, game. That's exactly where I wanted it to go. Behind me. Behind the tree. You know what? Can I... Okay, you can still move it. Freaking... You know, don't put them in front of me or anything. I'm definitely not facing a direction for that. The laws of physics are meant to be broken. The only laws that matter are the laws of love. And they are also the laws of Long Life Town. Remember that. Or else Mr. Suzuki will have to drag you down into the sewers and teach you about love. You don't want that. Because if he has to do that, then you'll be given a quest to go around and kiss literally everyone in your town, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. Unless you do, in which case, you know, power to you. I mean, to be fair, that was probably still following observable laws of physics. So. It just ricocheted. Alright, okay. Yeah, based on how stuffy my nose is, I think I have developed a pollen allergy. I think it's just I haven't been around pollen in so freaking long that my body's like, oh god, what's this? Get it out of here! And I can't blame it. I mean... As much as I'll probably get yelled at for it, I should start going for like walks to the park. Oh, I actually plan on at some point, Ryan, setting up basically a section of my town specifically for letting people just take whatever hybrid flowers they want. I just need to start getting a bigger, like, bunch of hybrid flowers, and then I'll probably set up some fencing just specifically for people to have whatever they want. Yeah, especially why I haven't launched my New Leaf saves in a long time. Good to see you, Blurp. Want to chat. Trying to make the most of today. Cool. So they're carrying sticks, I guess. Though you know, Marina, you should really put that badger down. That's a reference that not many people are probably gonna get, but it's fine. Well, no, maybe. I don't know. Hello, Bella. Stand trendy eeks? I mean, not really, but let's talk. You know, the moon is about 235,000 miles away. I'll walk around Venom Shore until I've walked that far. You've said that before, Bella, and power to ya, but you're gonna be walking a long time. That is a lot of distance. That's what I get for looking at the screen. I'm so bad at this. Other fossils basically have to be in here somewhere. I've not... Wait. I think I know where they might be. There's a segment of flowers I didn't actually get to. Because I went about all of this weirdly. Man, being tired is not a good thing to be while trying to take care of flowers. It's what I get for sleeping the way I did. It's like, I overslept yesterday, and then around, like, midnight, I was tired again, so I went back to sleep, napped until, like, 5 a.m., and then got up. Yeah, I think this spot right here is gonna be my biggest supplier of hybrid flowers. I'll probably start grouping them in like rows of like 6 for people to take however many of that 6 they want. Okay, thanks to this time of day, that... Okay, that's purple. So these are black then. Okay. God damn it. I have too many flowers. I don't think I can help Ryan. Probably get this pulled back up. I was just here like, wait, my screen isn't right. Hello, Flo. To catch your breath, so it's kind of flopped here. You know, watching the sky is really calming. It is really calming. She's drinking a 7-Up. She is very obviously drinking a 7-Up. That is a lot. Flower power! I haven't planted many flowers. My best suggestion would be to try and sort them in by due date, and then just do the ones that are due the soonest first. Unless they're like all due every day, in which case it's basically just your classwork they're turning into assignments. Only probably also giving more, because the assumption is probably being made of, oh, kids are at home, they have all the time in the world now. School doesn't have to stop at school hours anymore. I don't know how my old school's doing things, so I can't. But at that point, I would just take the ones for the classes that you're doing the worst in, and do those. Because those would be the most important ones. I was always lazy with schoolwork, though, so... Maybe not good to take my advice, so... Oh, well then take the one you don't mind losing grades in the most, and don't do it. I actually wonder how schools are handling their mandatory phys ed credits now. Because that was a thing. I absolutely hated it. Yeah, I keep forgetting the Americans have very weird and unnecessarily complex system for their education. Hey, CJ. Hey, come at you, it's more like standing by you, I guess. So, in other words, literally phys ed is what I was treating it as. My bike ride to school. Because even on, like, weekends, I would still do a good 5-kilometer bike ride. Like... Started doing my Sea Sports Challenge. I've been trying to a huge way. So slick. Each time someone navigates a challenge, I offer to buy up their fish and you pay a premium. I mean, depending on, you know, how long I decided to stay out, my bike rides could take 2-3 hours. How leisurely I decided to take the 5 kilometers. I think I timed it one day that my ride to school, if I really booked it, which was 2.5 kilometers, I could do in about 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes. It took about that long for the bus to go there. Like, because the bus has to stop, but still. It's bored. I get way fresh fish from my live stream, and the lucky angler gets showered in bells. A challenge. Okay. Got a challenge. Today's freestyle, so yours what you got. Just catch whatever's out there. Do it 5 times in a row. Okay, so easy. I'll just go grab my bait. My villager's hair should be a mess, but it isn't. I don't actually have much bait. I'll carry it all with me, though. Save me from having to come back in here. Oh, so you know. Quick questions, then. I mean, I was always great at skimming through questions, so... Honestly, the shorter they were, the more likely I was to make mistakes. Now, if I do it for you, then you're not learning anything. Besides, there's nothing in it for me. So you'd want me doing my worst subject. Got it. I can't even spell. It would be so obvious someone else did your work. Because let's face it, with how many spelling errors I make, you'd probably spend more time correcting the errors. Damn it. Than it would actually take you to actually do the thing. I should be sleeping right now, but I'm fishing. I honestly don't know how robotics is gonna feel about this later. She may be angry, she may not be angry. Because it'll mean whenever I wake up, her and I'll be able to chat right away. But, you know. Instead of how it's been the past, like, 3-4 days of me waking up. It's been longer than that. Jeez, it's been close to a week. of me waking up and then immediately having to jump into streaming. Well, I suppose I don't have to, but I'm choosing to. You basically just need to try to start segmenting things off in order of priority. Flo is asleep. Like, basically starting with the hardest schoolwork first or something. Or starting with the easiest, if you want to just get a bunch of it out of the way the quickest. Yeah, I already caught 5 fish. No, stop. CJ, stop. I did not consent to that, CJ. There's gotta be some subject you're good at. Everyone has the subject they're good at. Wait. Oh, right. I had 35. I'm like, wait, did I get all my bait back? But no, I'm dumb. That is what's going on here. So I appear to only have 3 fossils today. I mean, for me, math and science were my jams. English, I was good at writing. Like, I could write stories for days. Could not spell to save my life, and nearly every teacher I ever had held that against me, and would lower my marks because of it. But it's not exactly something I could have helped. Like, as I've explained a lot, like, my elementary school teachers all more or less just fell into the he'll never be able to spell properly camp and just stopped trying to correct me. And as long as I had it close enough, they didn't care. Which means even now, I mess up spelling things because I never had to care. Also wasn't paying any attention, so donation. One new thing. Shark tooth pattern. Could it be? It is! A shark tooth pattern. I thought I'd lay eyes on such a well-preserved shark tooth pattern. Hello, Nautilus. Well, it is fascinating stuff, I assure you. Now, where to begin? This shark tooth pattern comes from the lower jaw of an ancient shark of genus Helicopter. Its teeth seem to have grown in a large distinctive arrangement, rather disturbingly termed the tooth whorl. I say seem because shark skeletons are made not of bone but cartilage, except for their teeth. Consequently, their bodies are never preserved as fossils, and questions about their jaws remain unanswered. The size and placements of the stone in the shark's teeth are actually the only thing we have to work with. Sometimes in research we must maintain a stiff upper lip, even in the absence of a stiff lower jaw. I mean, my worst subject was French, but, you know. That was my worst subject. Purely because I just could not give a single crap about French. And it drove my French teachers insane. Because, like, I know they'd hear from the other teachers of how smart I was and how hard of a worker I am, and then I get to their class and I don't do anything. I sit there, I nap occasionally. Like, I'm the student that just never does anything. And I purely didn't care because of how the school handled starting everyone on French. Like, basically, grades 1 through 3, no French. Grade 4, suddenly French, and you're expected to already know the basics. I knew nothing. I needed the basics, and no one ever taught them to me, so screw it. Why should I care? If they're not going to teach me the basics, they clearly don't want me to know. So... why should I care? I forget how many classes I had a day. One, 2, 3, 7. One was a really short block, though. Most of those blocks were like an hour long each. Weather is random, Nautilus, so it seems rare, but there's also some people where it's rained a ton for them, so. I wouldn't even do work for other classes in French. I didn't want to even give the impression that I was doing something, because I wasn't. I had no intention to. I didn't want to be there, and I made that pretty obvious. Yeah, a lot of my French teachers tried to pull that too. One of my classmates just outright said one day, if you're gonna make me do that, then I'm just gonna go piss in the corner because I can't ask in French. So they usually would drop that immediately afterwards. I actually, at one point, for English, had to prove to, it was a substitute teacher, that what I wrote wasn't actually plagiarized from anything. I just have this very pompous way of talking when I'm, like, when I'm writing something for English. Or basically anything for school. And it reads like it's, you know, basically an English major having wrote it. But no, it's just me. And the way I proved it, and I had to take it right to the vice principal to prove it, was my spelling mistakes that wouldn't have been there had I, you know, plagiarized it. Because it was a project we had to type up, and I did it at home, and we didn't have Microsoft Word or WordPad. I typed it out in Notepad. No spell checker. There were so many spelling mistakes. It also wasn't even formatted remotely properly, because once again, I was using Notepad. Oh jeez. I accidentally bumped my table. Only if you actually make spelling mistakes, and can prove that you don't have a spell checker, which you kind of do these days. Everyone does. Windows 10 has a spell checker built into it, so... so bad at this when I'm actually paying attention to it. Like, if I type something in like that to here, it puts the little red line under it, indicating that it is, you know, not spelt correctly. Like, it's not an autocomplete, it's a spell checker. It basically just goes, hey, this isn't right. Clearly there is something in that makes Google think that you want health-related stuff. Because that's kind of how Google works. Which is why, like, every time I advise someone on how to search in Google, because I'm usually really good at finding things in Google that a lot of people just can't. And it's for one simple reason. You gotta search in Google like you're asking a toddler to find it for you. Use as simple words as possible and as few words as possible. And you'll find exactly what you want. If you make it complicated, they'll get confused and come back with articles about pears. Because you wrote the word appear and there's pear in that, so you gotta mean pears, right? Pears? Pears. I wouldn't try telling that to a teacher. Most of them don't understand how to search on Google. Most of them can't even figure out how to turn off autoplay on YouTube. So I feel bad for a lot of teachers that had to just suddenly figure out how to make videos or stream. Like, neither of which is that difficult, but their base level is already, you know, toddler-esque. So I mean, I can think of one teacher at the school I went to that would have no issue with this. And he literally was the computer science teacher. Like, he could do it. I say computer science. Exploring technology. Because you can't call it computer science. I messed that up. Hey CJ, got some more fish. I can't. Flow's taking up more space. Well, let's catch this while I go. My mother kind of took the approach of her kids can do it for her. Why should she learn? Oh, I think I found my other fossil. I'll have to remember that's there. Mostly I need to do fishing without bait now. Buy my fish! I mean, I've literally already made 54,000 bells today. So I really don't need to do any more fishing, but I'm going to. Because more bells. I still need to upgrade my house more. I have that butterfly. But, like, I can even think of one teacher that legitimately pleaded with me one day to go to her class that day because she wanted to show a video from YouTube, but didn't know how. And she figured I did. And I went to and played the video, ended it, and then I just literally just left afterwards because they weren't doing any work. She was literally just showing the video. That was the day. Show video and talk about video. And she didn't trust any of the other students to do it because, well, I wouldn't have trusted any of the other students with an administrative account on the school systems. And she also had a pretty good idea I could do it because I'd done it before. I was relaxing while reading comics, and I thought of this recipe. I want to share it with someone, so I threw it in a bottle. Go get your arts and crafts on. It's a shell rug. Cool. I already know it, apparently. Not so cool. Alright, Ryan. Stream might not still be going then, because I'm probably only going to be going another 8 or so minutes. And then I'm going to go sleep. Well, nap. Probably won't be out for long, but... hopefully I won't be out for long. Yes, I did. Your reward for having... wrong thing. For getting all of the Bunny Day stuff. Oh, it's not still in seasonal recipes? Well, okay then. Where? Here it is. The wobbling zipper toy. I was really hoping for, you know, the portrait of Zipper. Like, you would get in New Leaf, but no. Nah, none of that. He doesn't like you enough to give you his portrait. Jeez, I'm so freaking tired. I should have really stayed up longer last night, but then I wouldn't have made it to the store, so... Because that's been my problem for the past few days, is I've been wanting to go to the store, and just never awake. Zipper toy was the last thing he talked to me about, unless I'm forgetting something else. My brain says the zipper toy was... Right, it was the Bunny Day wand. Right. I forget these are things. Because I don't care about clothes. The last tangible thing is the Bunny Day toy. I know people disagree with that because they like the wands, but I don't care about the wands is the problem. Hey, that's new. I think. No, wait, that's Neon Tetra. Never mind. Thought it was a new fish. I was gonna sell these few fish I've got. I think it was just Nintendo's goal to make everyone run around in their underwear most of the time, so they could, you know, swap outfits to the wand outfits. I think that was Nintendo's goal. They just wanted to see everyone running around in their underwear. Big bulbous hands flailing in the wind. Excuse me. Let's go get this identified, and then I'm gonna end the stream off. After I head back home. I'll probably be on and doing more fishing later. Just won't be streaming it. Assess fossils. Well, a fossil. And bam. I mean, if it's something I already have, then I'm going to take it and sell it first. But a T-Rex skull. Don't have it in the collection. I will donate it. Enter a collection. Does this mean? Yes, it's done. The T-Rex is complete. T-Rex is a remarkable creature. I mean, it was. Let's hear it. Wonderful, fascinating stuff I assure you. Now, where to begin? Say the T-Rex is the 800-pound gorilla of the dinosaur world, but it likely weighed well over 9 tons. This fearsome chap is particularly synonymous with the word dinosaur, and for good reason. As up to 42 feet long, with banana-sized teeth, it was one of the largest carnivores to ever walk the earth. It's unclear how fast the T-Rex was, since estimates vary wildly. I'm just relieved I'll never have to escape one. Ooh. And there you have it. Fascinating stuff. I don't know, honestly, what all of mine is actually done. I know a lot of it is. I'll literally poke down in here. All my front areas should be getting really close to being done. Yeah, 5 things left. It's hard to tell exactly how many bits I'm missing in this one. I'm guessing 1 from this, 1 here, probably like 2 there. That looks done. 1 there, probably a couple around here. I mean, both of those are done. 1 way at the back over there is done. Spino and T-Rex here are done. I'm missing this big boy's head. Missing this big boy's body. Well, torso. Throat dry. Yeah. I think I still have some coffee left right here. My mammoth is done. Sabertooth is done. Dear God is done. I have no idea what that even is. Megaloceros. Cool. That is me. I'm here. Yeah. There's a mammoth villager. He's in this game. But no, they're here. Mammoths, extinct. Totally extinct. Ignore the villager that exists. They're extinct. Though I suppose, if there was only one of any species left, they'd be considered extinct. Except, you know, theoretically a mammoth and an elephant could breed and thus, you know, bring mammoths back. They just wouldn't be purebred mammoths. I mean, that's kind of how we've brought back a lot of animals that are near extinction. It's just finding other animals they can breed with. I actually kind of wish I had the amiibo card for the mammoth, but I don't. I would have him in my village. He's kind of a dopey, like, lazy villager. I also need to come check the ABD thing before I lose out on stuff. And I'm gonna put my money away. So I got lots of money on me already. I'm gonna check this. Nothing new. Okay, we can live there, I guess. Ugh, yawning. I know my next loan for home loan is probably going to be like $500,000 to $1 million bells. I'm going to wait till I'm at least relatively close to that before I even get it. Oh yeah, you can. It just takes him randomly showing up in your campground. The amiibo cards just make it easier, because you can just scan whoever it is you want and they'll show up. Like, I could... Well, because he fell out, I'll use him as an example. I could take Derwin here, little duck, scan him, and he would show up at my campsite. I could then be like, hey, you want to move in? And he'd be like, yeah! And then I'd have Derwin. And that is exactly how it works, I think. I've not actually done it. You might actually have to do some work. I don't know. Oh, my lights are off. It's just so bright. But yeah, I am going to be ending the stream off here. It's been about an hour. If I wasn't so tired, I'd probably keep going. But I am very much getting a bit loopy, as you guys may be able to tell. And it's about time I lay down and take a nap. So, with that, I will try my absolute best to have a night stream tonight. Tonight should be on Twitch, so I might be doing the game Demo, which is a rhythm game. I'm kind of bad at it, but, you know, Robotic likes it, so there is that. With that said, thank you all very much for watching. If I don't stream tonight, I'll definitely be back tomorrow for more Animal Crossing on Twitch. I also need to get yesterday's Twitch VOD rendering and upload it when I wake up. I should have done that already, but I didn't. I'm very bad at this. But yeah, see you all tomorrow. Or later tonight. Whatever it ends up being.